Hello, dear friend. I'm so happy you're here with me right now. You're safe, you are welcome, and I invite you to relax for a moment because we're about to begin a gentle yet powerful journey. A journey into something we all need: inspiration. Fuel your passion, unlock your inner drive. Let's be honest, life can feel heady sometimes. Even beautiful moments can become blurry when we are tired, lost, or overwhelmed. Sometimes we wake up and just feel stuck. I mean, no drive, no spark, and no motivation. But I want to tell you something important. Inspiration is never far away. It doesn't live in some far-off place. It lives here, in your everyday moments. And today, I will share 10 warm, practical ways to reconnect with your spark inside you. Let's begin. Number 1. Surround yourself with positive energy. Take a look at the people around you. Are they building you up or quietly draining your energy? Remember, inspiration blooms only in supportive environments. So, seek out those who light you up: friends, mentors, communities that believe in you. You only need people who celebrate your wins and gently hold you through your doubts. You shall remember that even a short conversation with someone who truly sees you can reawaken that inner fire. And remember, your circle shapes your energy. Number 2. Explore new origins of inspiration. Sometimes, all what you need is a new perspective, fresh eyes, a different lens. That might mean reading a book from a genre you've never touched, watching an old film from a distant country, listening to music you don't even understand, but can feel deep in your chest. Art, poetry, philosophy, even a maze of parable told centuries ago can suddenly touch your soul in the present. Listen, diversity feeds creativity. Let the unfamiliar surprise you. Number 3. Connect with nature. This one is simple, but so powerful. Go on, step outside, feel the breeze, listen to birds, watch how the sunlight moves. Nature doesn't rush, it grows, rests, and renews in perfect tritum. And when you are surrounded by that peace, something inside you begins to settle too. It's already enough to go for a walk without your phone. Sit by a river, stand barefoot in the grass. Let nature remind you that growth is quiet and inspiration is everywhere. Number 4. Discover what makes you come alive. Maybe you haven't found it yet, and that's okay. Passion isn't always loud. Sometimes it whispers. Maybe dry new things. I dare you to pick up a brush and paint, to try writing a poem, to take a dance class, to plant something, to sing, to build. Notice what lights you up, what makes time disappear. When you feel joy while doing something, when your heart gets lighter, that's your clue. That's a seed of passion waiting to grow. Number 5. Learn from others who walk the path. Just understand one thing. Every successful person was once exactly where you are now, searching. Read their stories. Not just the highlights, but the struggles too, the fear, the failures, the slow progress. Biographies and interviews can be gold mines for inspiration. You'll see that persistence imperfection is what leads to greatness. Let their journeys show you. You don't have to be fearless. You just have to keep going. Number 6. Create in harmony. Sometimes the reason you can't find inspiration is because your mind is too noisy. Stress, fatigue, negative self-talk, they build walls around your creativity. So, take time to clear the space inside you. Try meditation, gentle movement, journaling, sit in stillness, breathe deeply. Let your thoughts slow down until your soul has room to speak again. Inner peace is a soil where inspiration grows. Number 7. Share your journey. You don't need to be a teacher or a guru. You just need to be real. When you tell someone what you have been through, your honest ups and downs, you give them hope, and in the process, you inspire yourself too. So, talk to a friend, write a blog, record a short video, share your story. You never know who needs to hear it. Number 8. Set goals that matter to you. We all need direction, but not just any goals. We need them to feel meaningful. Try asking yourself, what truly matters to me? What kind of a person do I want to become? Then set small, clear goals that move you towards that vision. When your goals are tied to your values, motivation comes more naturally. Remember, purpose fuels inspiration. Number 9. Let creativity flow through you. You don't have to be an artist to be creative. Creativity lives in the way you cook a meal, the way you decorate a room, the way you speak, write, or even solve problems. Allow yourself to make, to play, to experiment without needing perfection. Inspiration loves freedom, so give yourself permission to just create. And the last one, number 10. Try practicing gratitude every single day. Well, this one may sound simple, but it's one of the most powerful habits of all. Each day, pause and notice what's already beautiful. It's a cup of tea in your hands, a kind message, the way the sky looked at sunset. Maybe keep a journal. Write down 3 small things you're grateful for every night. This practice trains your brain to look for a light. And when you look for it, you start to find it everywhere. So, here's what I want you to remember. You don't need to chase inspiration. You simply need to notice it. It's in your breaths, in quiet mornings, in bold dreams, in tiny steps forward. You are surrounded by beauty and wisdom. And most importantly, it's already inside you. Stay open, stay curious, be gentle with yourself, and trust that your spark will always return. Because you are the artist, and this world is your canvas. Thank you for being here today. Now go and find the inspiration waiting for you in every moment.
Hello, dear friend. You are safe here. This is your space. No pressure, no rush. Just you and your thoughts. Right now, we are starting a journey. Not a journey across countries or cities, but across your inner world. A journey that might change how you live, how you walk, and how you feel every day. Let's talk about something very real. The balance between work and life. Today's world is very fast. Email, deadline, errand, meeting, call. It keeps coming and it never stops. In the middle of all this noise, we often lose sight of what truly matters. And I mean our peace, our house, our people, ourselves. So, how do you find that balance? Is it even possible? Let's begin with a story. There once was a man who had everything: money, success, power. He ran a company, made headlines, and everyone thought that he was living the dream. But inside, he felt nothing. He was tired, alone, disconnected from his family, from his friends, even from himself. One night, after another long meeting, he looked at a photo of his kids and realized that he had missed their childhood. Yes, he had climbed to the top, but only there he discovered that the ladder was leaning against the wrong wall. Listen, this is not just a sad story. It's a wake-up call. Without balance, success is empty. Now, let's flip the script. Imagine a young woman. She doesn't have millions, but she has boundaries. She wakes up early, goes for a walk, makes time for her family, does work she enjoys, and ends the day with a smile. Yeah, she is not perfect. No one is. But she's present, grounded, alive. And most importantly, she's at peace with her life. So, how did she get there? Let's talk about some real steps you can take to move towards that place too. Step 1. Define your values. You're gonna ask yourself, what actually matters to me? Not what society says or Instagram, but me. What gives me joy? What drains me? Imagine life as a plane. One wing is your work. The other is your personal life. If one wing is too heavy, the plane won't fly. But if both wings are in balance, you can go up in the sky. Start small. Write down 5 things that matter most to you, like family, health, freedom, creativity, maybe peace, whatever it is. Make it clear. That's your compass. Step 2. Manage your time like it's gold. Because it is. Time is your most valuable, non-renewable resource. There is a principle called the 80-20 rule. It says 80% of results come from 20% of actions. So instead of doing everything, focus on doing the right things. You can use tools if it helps you, like calendars, planners, apps. But also, listen to your energy. Walk when you feel sharp. Rest when you feel drained. Don't just fill your day. Shape it. You can even blend activities. For an example, listen to a motivational podcast on a Vogue, or call a friend while cooking. Meditate for 5 minutes before checking your phone. These moments add up. Step 3. Learn to say no. Yeah, we all want to be helpful, responsible, kind. But if we say yes to everything, we end up saying no to ourselves. Boundaries aren't selfish. They are essential. Say no doesn't mean that you don't care. It means you respect your time and energy. If something doesn't align with your values, gently let it go. If a task drains you but adds no value, delegate it, delay it, or even delete it. You don't have to do it all. You just have to do what matters. Step 4. Create the right environment. Your space affects your state. A messy, noisy, chaotic space can make your mind feel the same. A calm, clean, inviting space can help you focus, breathe, and feel lighter. You should try this. Have a dedicated workspace, even if it's just a corner. Add a plant, a candle, or a photo that makes you smile. And just as important, have a space for rest, a cozy chair, a window with light, a quiet place to breathe. Remember, small changes can have a big emotional impact. Step 5. Be fully present. Wherever you are, be there. If you are walking, focus fully. Close other tabs. Turn off notifications. If you are with a friend or a loved one, be with them. Put your phone away. Look them in the eyes. Listen. Laugh. These present moments, they are the gold of life. They are what we remember, what we treasure. Even 5 minutes of true presence is more valuable than an hour of distraction. And the last one, step 6, take care of you. It may sound simple, but we often forget, and you shall not. Because you're not a machine. You are a human being with feelings, needs, limits, and dreams. I just want to tell you to get sleep. Move your body. Eat something tasty. Take a break when you need it. Read something uplifting. Dance a little. Breathe deeply. Self-care is not a reward. It's a requirement. The more you care for yourself, the more energy you have to give to others. Let's summarize. Work-life balance isn't about perfection. It's not about splitting every hour in half. It's about living with intention. Of course, there will be busy days. There will be hard seasons. But as long as you keep returning to what matters most, you will stay grounded. So, let this be your reminder. You have the right to protect your time. You have the right to rest. You have the right to say no. And you have the right to feel peace in your work and in your life. Let's just stop glorifying burnout. Let's stop pretending exhaustion is a badge of honor. Let's create lives that feel good from the inside out. Be inspired, stay balanced, and keep rising. The journey is yours, and it starts today. Have you ever stopped for a moment and asked yourself, am I truly growing or am I just moving? Growth is not only about time passing. It's about how you shape each day. Many people dream of becoming their best versions, but dreams without action fade away. In this journey, we will explore the art of self-improvement and the never-ending quest for constant growth. Because your life is not a fixed picture. It is a canvas that you repaint every single day. So, feel the passion, unlock your inner drive. Every moment is a chance to grow. Every step can open a door you have never imagined. It's the mindset of growth. Growth always begins in the mind. It is not about chasing perfection. It is about staying open, curious, ready to learn. Imagine a child learning to walk. They fall, they rise, and try again. They never say, I failed. They only keep moving. The same is true for you. Every challenge you face is not a stop sign. It is a signal, a reminder that you are alive, that you are stretching beyond the comfort zone. Step into your best self by replacing I can't with I'll try. That simple change of language rewires the brain. It shifts you from doubt to positivity. Remember, growth is never instant. It is a quiet promise that you make to yourself every single morning. A whisper that says, today I will move forward. The power of small steps. We often think growth comes from massive breakthrough. But the truth is, huge changes usually fail. Why? Because they feel too heavy, too big, too unrealistic. Real progress is built on small, repeated actions. Read one page of a book. Take one mindful walk. Speak one kind word. Alone, these acts look simple, but together, they stack. They build momentum. They create identity. Think of a water that carrying stone, drop by drop, moment by moment. That's the secret. Constant growth is not about rushing to the finish line. It is about patience, about consistency. And here's a key phrase to hold. Slow progress is still progress. Even if it feels invisible today, it shapes your tomorrow. Habits that shape identity. James Clear once said, we don't rise to the level of our goals. We fall to the level of our habits. Your daily habits define your identity more than your wishes. Ask yourself, if I repeat today's action for the next year, who will I become? If you want growth, you must build rituals that reflect the person you aim to be. Wake up earlier, not to punish yourself, but to give your mind silence before the noise begins. Fuel your passion by choosing habits that feel aligned, natural, and not forced. Write a journal line before sleep. Stretch your body for 5 minutes. Express gratitude for one thing. Each act whispers, this is who I want to become. This is how growth shifts from effort to lifestyle. facing setbacks with strength. Let's be honest, setbacks will always come. A missed goal, a broken routine, a disappointment. But what defines you is never the fall. It is always the comeback. Failure is not a dead end. It is a detour, a signal to adjust, learn, and continue. Think of the strongest trees. They do not stand tall because storms never came. They stand tall because they bent, they endured, and they grew deeper roots. Use a failure as a fuel. Every mistake carries a hidden gift, a lesson, and every lesson pushes you further than success ever could. Unlock your inner drive by asking, what can this teach me? Not why me, but what now? Growth lives in reflection, never in regret. The role of purpose. Growth without direction feel like running in circles. Purpose is a compass that turns effort into meaning. Ask yourself, what excites me? What fills me with energy? Purpose is not always grand. It can be quiet. Maybe it is raising kind children. Maybe it is creating art. Maybe it is building a career that inspires. Your journey is unique. Compassion steals joy. Purpose creates momentum. Each step aligned with your why is a victory. When you know your purpose, even the hardest days feel lighter because you know what you're moving toward. Sharing growth with others. True growth is never selfish. When you inspire others, you multiply your progress. Encourage someone who struggles. Share your lessons. Be the voice you once needed. Growth spreads like fire when it's shared. Your story might be the spark someone else is waiting for. Remember, improving yourself is powerful, but helping another improve is transformational. Remember these words. Fuel your passion. Unlock your inner drive. Every moment is a chance to grow. Do not wait for the perfect time, because perfect never comes. Start where you are, with what you have right now. The art of self-improvement is not about reaching an end. It is about walking a path that never truly ends. Because as long as you're breathing, there is room to grow. What is one step, even the smallest, that you will take today towards your growth? Share it in the comment. Your action may inspire another soul to rise. Every one of us carries a suitcase of memories. Some filled with laughter, others heavy with regret. Some choices lifted us up, while others left scars that we still feel today. But here's the truth. The past is not your prison. It is your teacher. Growth is never about running away from who you were. It is about understanding it, honoring it, and building from it. Today, we will uncover how to extract lessons from yesterday and use them as fuel for the road ahead. Fuel your passion, unlock your inner drive. Your past does not define you, but the lessons you take from it can shape everything you become. The past is a story you can't erase, but you can rewrite its meaning. The value of reflection. Life moves so fast that we rarely pause. Days blur into weeks, weeks into years, and then, suddenly, we wonder, how did I end up here? Reflection is the pause that creates clarity. Without reflection, mistakes repeat themselves. With reflection, mistakes become teachers. Think of reflection as holding a mirror to your soul. Not to judge what you see, but to understand it. Ask yourself, what did this experience teach me about who I am? A broken friendship might teach you about trust. A failed job might teach you about courage. A success might teach you about discipline. When you reflect, you transform raw events into wisdom. And wisdom is what carries you forward when motivation fades. Your past becomes less of a shadow and more of a guide. Reframing mistakes. We all have moments that we replay in our minds. The words we wish we had said, the steps we wish we had taken. Regret is heavy, but regret is only useful if it turns into learning. Instead of saying, I failed, shift the story, I learned. Failure doesn't prove that you are weak. It proves that you have tried. Proves that you have lived. Proves that you cared. Imagine two people who both make the same mistake. One repeats forever, trapped in shame. The other pauses, learns, and never falls the same way again. Which one are you? Mistakes are maps. They mark the places where you stumble, but also show the routes you can now avoid. Every scar tells a story, and stories, when shared, guide others. Reframe failure, and you turn pain into power. Patterns of behavior. Our past is not only single mistakes. It is the patterns we repeat, not the cycles, the relationships that feel the same, the habits you can break, the choices that keep leading you to the same place. Patterns are lessons that life keeps sending until we finally pay attention. If you find yourself asking, why does this always happen to me? The answer might be because you haven't learned what the situation came to teach. To break the cycle, you must first name it, write it down, speak it loud. For example, I avoid conflict, so I stay silent, and that silence builds resentment. Once you name the pattern, you can change it. Ask yourself, what small action can I take today that is different from yesterday? The pattern breaks the moment you choose differently. And that choice is a burst of growth. Forgiveness as freedom. One of the hardest lessons from the past is forgiveness. Forgiving someone does not mean you excuse their actions. It means you release their grip on your heart. Anger is like holding a burning coal, waiting to throw it. The only person it burns is you. Forgiveness is not for them. It is for you. And forgiving yourself may be even harder. You are not the mistake you made. You are the lessons you carry. Say to yourself, I am allowed to grow beyond my worst moments. Without forgiveness, you stay stuck in the yesterday. With forgiveness, you open space for tomorrow. Forgiveness is a bridge between reflection and freedom. Turning lessons into action. Reflection without action is only memory. Growth comes when you take what you learned and live it. If your past taught you passions, practice passions today. If it taught you resilience, lean on it in the next storm. Think of your past as a toolbox. Every event gave you a tool, but tools only help if you pick them up and use them. Say to yourself, I will not repeat the same step. I will build on what I know. Each time you apply a lesson, you honor your journey. You prove that your past was not wasted. It was invested. Moving forward with confidence. The past is a teacher, not a chain. Do not stir so long at a closed door. You will miss the opening one. Moving forward does not erase your past. It elevates it. Every stumble shaped your stride. Every heartbreak expanded your heart. Today, you stand on the shoulders of all your yesterdays. Confidence is not the absence of mistakes. It is the presence of wisdom. When you step forward with lessons in hand, the future stops being frightening and start being exciting. Remember these words. Fuel your passion. Unlock your inner drive. Your past does not define you, but the wisdom you take from it will transform you. Learn from it. Forgive through it. Move beyond it. Do not carry yesterday's weight into tomorrow. Carry only the lesson. Because the art of life is not about never failing. It is about rising wiser every time you do. What is one lesson your past has given to you that still guides you today? Share it in the comment. Your words might be the light someone else needs.
Just for a moment, think about the leaders who changed your life. Maybe it was a teacher who believed in you, a coach who pushed you further, a manager who opened the doors. True leadership is not about control, it is about inspiration. Leadership is a skill, not a gift. It can be learned, practiced, and mastered. And the good news is, every step you take in self-growth is also a step toward leadership. Leadership begins with self-awareness. Before you can lead others, you must first lead yourself. Self-awareness is the foundation of leadership. Ask yourself, what are my strengths? What are my blind spots? Inspiring leaders know their values and they act from them. They admit mistakes, they listen to feedback, they evolve. Self-awareness is not about being flawless, it is about being honest. And honesty builds trust, and trust builds leadership. The power of vision. Great leaders paint a picture of the future so clear that others can see themselves in it. Vision is not about predicting the future, it is about creating it. Ask yourself, what am I building? What story do I want others to join? Without vision, leadership is directionless. With vision, every action feels meaningful. People do not follow tasks, they follow purpose. And when you feel your passion with a clear vision, others feel it. They want to walk with you. Communication as a leader's tool. Words shape reality, and leaders know how to use them. Communication is not about talking more, it is about connecting deeper. Inspiring leaders listen as much as they speak. They practice active listening, making others feel seen and valued. They choose clarity over complexity. They replace orders with encouragement. Think of every conversation as a chance to build trust. The best leaders leave people thinking, I understand, I can do this, I matter. Leading by an example. People follow what you do, not what you say. Integrity is a core of leadership. If you expect commitment, show commitment. If you expect respect, give respect. When words and actions align, people trust you. When they don't, trust disappears. Inspiring leaders are not perfect, but they are consistent. They set the tone not with speeches, but with actions repeated every day. Remember, your behavior is your loudest message. Empathy and emotional intelligence. Leadership is not about power, it is about people. And people need empathy. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand emotions, yours and others. Leaders with empathy connect beyond tasks. They sense struggles, they offer support, they celebrate wins. This does not make a leader weak, it makes them human, and humanity inspires loyalty more than authority ever will. To be an inspiring leader, care not just for results, but for people's hearts. Building other leaders. The true measure of leadership is not how many followers you have, but how many leaders you create. Great leaders multiply themselves by empowering others. They delegate, they trust, they allow growth. They do not hoard power, they share it. Because the goal of leadership is not to be admired from a distance. It is to lift people close to you until they shine on their own. And when others grow under your influence, your legacy expands. Resilience and courage. Every leader faces storms, setbacks, criticism, failures. They are inevitable. What sets inspiring leaders apart is not the absence of struggle, but the presence of resilience. They stand tall in storms, and their calm gives strength to others. Leadership is courage in action. Courage to make hard choices. Courage to speak truth. Courage to keep moving when fear says stop. When you show courage, you give permission for others to find theirs. Remember these words: fuel your passion, unlock your inner drive. Leadership is not about status, it is about service. It is about vision, empathy, and courage. Becoming an inspiring leader begins with leading yourself, with awareness, with consistency, with purpose. And as you grow, you light the way for others. Do not wait for a title. Do not wait for permission. Step into leadership today, because the world needs your voice. What is one leadership quality you want to develop starting today? Share it in the comments. Your words may inspire the next great leader. We live in a world full of noise, opinions, expectations, demands. It is easy to lose yourself in what others want you to be. But deep inside, there's a voice whispering who you truly are. The journey of self-discovery is about finding that voice. Today, we will walk together through the steps of uncovering your life purpose, the reason you wake up, the fire that keeps you moving. Fuel your passion, unlock your inner drive. The greatest journey you will ever take is not across the world, but within yourself. Self-discovery is a path to find your life purpose. The courage to look inward. Many people fear silence, because in silence they must face themselves. But true discovery begins inward, not outward. Ask yourself, what brings me alive? What drains me? What moments make me forget time? Courage means facing not just your strengths, but also your shadows. Because both are part of who you are. Self-discovery begins when you stop running from yourself and start listening. The role of curiosity. Purpose is not found in a single revelation. It grows through curiosity. Ask questions, try new paths, explore without fear of failing. Every new experience is a mirror reflecting a piece of you. Read different books, travel to new places, talk to people unlike you. Each step widens the lens through which you see yourself. Curiosity is not distraction, it is discovery in action. Recognizing your values. At the heart of purpose are values, the principles that guide you. Ask yourself, what do I stand for? What would I never compromise? Values are anchors, they keep you steady in storms. When your life aligns with your values, you feel whole. And when it doesn't, you feel lost, no matter how successful you look. Write down your values, name them, live by them, because purpose flows from values lived daily. The power of strength and gifts. Every person has unique strengths, talents, skills, traits. They may feel ordinary to you, but extraordinary to others. Try asking yourself, what do people thank me for? What do I do with ease that others find hard? Your gifts are clues to your purpose. When you use your strengths in service of others, you feel energized, not drained. Self-discovery means embracing what makes you different and turning it into impact. Learning from pain and struggle. Purpose is not only born from joy, it often grows from pain. The struggles you survived carry lessons for others. Think about the person who overcame loss becomes a source of hope. The one who healed becomes a guide for healing. Your wounds can transform into wisdom if you let them. Ask yourself, what have I suffered that gave me strength? The answer may reveal part of your mission. Because sometimes your deepest struggle becomes your greatest gift. Aligning with service. Purpose is never just about the self. It connects you to others. Try thinking, whose life becomes better just because I exist? True fulfillment comes when your growth uplifts others. A life of service is not about sacrifice, it is about contribution. Inspiring leaders, artists, parents, all find purpose in serving beyond themselves. When your actions touch lives, your own life gains deeper meaning. The journey, not the destination. Self-discovery is not a one-time event, it's a lifelong journey. Your purpose may shift as you grow, as seasons of life change. Do not wait for a single big answer. Live your purpose daily, in small ways. Some days it is grand, some days it is quiet. Both matter. What matters is that you walk forward with intention, listening to your inner voice. Remember, purpose is not something you find once, it is something you live again and again. Remember, fuel your passion, unlock your inner drive. The greatest journey is the one into yourself. Discover your values, embrace your gifts, transform your pain, serve with love. Your life purpose is not waiting out there, it is waiting inside you. Do not delay the journey, begin it today. Because the world needs not another copy, it needs the real you. What is one step you will take today toward discovering yourself? Share it in the comments. Your words may guide someone else on their journey. Everyone has failed. Everyone. From missed opportunities to broken dreams, failure is universal. But here's the difference. Some people let failure bury them. Others use it to rise. The truth is simple. Success is not built in the absence of failure. It is built through failure. And today, we will explore how to overcome failure and transform it into a catalyst for growth, resilience, and achievement. Fuel your passion, unlock your inner drive. Failure is not the end of the road, it is the beginning of a stronger one. Every setback can become the spark that ignites your success. Redefining failure. Society teaches us to fear failure, to hide it, to feel ashamed. But failure is not proof of weakness, it is proof of effort. Redefine failure as feedback, as information, as guidance. Ask yourself, what did this failure teach me? The moment you shift from shame to curiosity, failure stops being an enemy. It becomes a partner in your journey. Remember, every great innovator, artist, and leader has failed more times than they have succeeded. Famous examples of resilience. Consider Thomas Edison, who famously said, "I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Or Oprah Winfrey, who has once told she was unfit for television. Or J.K. Rowling, who faced rejection after rejection before Harry Potter became a global success. These people were not defined by failure, they were refined by it. Their failures became stepping stones, necessary lessons that shaped their triumph. When you fail, remember, You stand in the same arena as those who achieved greatness. Emotional resilience. Failure hurts, and pretending it doesn't only makes the wound deeper. Emotional resilience begins with acceptance. Admit the pain, acknowledge the loss. Then choose to rise anyway. Resilience is not about never failing. It is about rising one more time than you fall. Think of a rubber ball. The harder it hits the ground, the higher it bounces back. Failure can break you, or it can bounce you higher. The choice is yours. Lessons hidden in failure. Every failure carries a lesson wrapped inside it. Maybe it teaches patience. Maybe it reveals a weakness you can improve. Maybe it shows you a new direction. Ask yourself these questions. What went wrong? What can I learn? And what will I do differently next time? This question turns chaos into clarity. Without them, failure is wasted. With them, failure is transformed. Building strength through failure. Muscles only grow when they are broken down. In the same way, character grows when it faces failure. Strength is not built in comfort, it is built in struggle. Each setback trains your endurance, each rejection builds your patience, each mistake sharpens your wisdom. Failure is a gym of the mind and soul. The weight feels heavy, but every lift makes you stronger. Failure as redirection. Sometimes failure is not punishment, it is protection. A closed door might mean the path was wrong. Many of the world's greatest successes came from being forced into a new direction. Failure can feel like loss, but often it is guidance. Ask, what new path is opening because this one was closed? Failure doesn't just stop you, it can redirect you to where you are meant to be. Taking bold action despite failure. The most successful people are not those who fail least, they are those who try most. Every attempt increases your odds, every risk teaches you more. If you wait for perfection, you will never move. The only true failure is refusing to try again. Bold action, even after failure, is a mark of greatness. Success is not guaranteed, but growth always is. Remember these words: fuel your passion, unlock your inner drive. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a foundation for it. Use it as a fuel, as feedback, as redirection. Do not let one fall define your story. Rise stronger, wiser, bolder. Because the road to success is paved with failures turned into lessons. What failure shaped you the most? Share your story in the comments. Your words might be the spark that someone else needs to rise.
The world today is more connected than ever. We see cultures, traditions, beliefs, and lifestyles that may look nothing like our own. Diversity surrounds us, in workplaces, in schools, in neighborhoods, even online. Yet alongside connection comes tension, misunderstandings, stereotypes, and prejudice often rise where tolerance is missing. The truth is clear: to live peacefully and grow as individuals, we must learn the art of cultivating tolerance and understanding. This is not just a skill, it is a daily practice, one that transforms both our lives and the world around us. Feel your passion, unlock your inner drive. In a world filled with differences, our true strength is not found in division, but in understanding. Tolerance is not weakness, it is wisdom. Seeing humanity beyond differences. Beneath every culture, language, and tradition beat the same human heart. We all want safety. We all want to love and be loved. We all want meaning. But when differences dominate our focus, we forget our shared humanity. Tolerance begins with remembering these simple truths. People are people, everywhere. Imagine meeting someone very different from you. You may not share the same food, clothing, or beliefs, but you both laugh, cry, worry, and dream. When you focus on the similarities first, differences stop looking like barriers. They become colors of the same painting. Understanding grows when you start with what connects you, not what divides you. Set danger of stereotypes. Stereotypes are shortcuts of the mind. Assumptions repeated so often, they start to feel true. But stereotypes blind us. They reduce a person to a single label, erasing their story. When you think all people from there are like this, or everyone of that group thinks that, you close the door to real connection. Imagine meeting someone carrying a stereotype about you. Would they truly see you? Or only the box they've placed you in? Tolerance requires us to challenge these mental shortcuts. Next time you catch yourself thinking in stereotypes, ask yourself, is this belief based on fact? Or is it repetition without truth? True understanding begins when you see people, not categories. Listening with empathy. Tolerance is not silence, it is active listening. To understand others, we might listen not to reply, but to truly hear. Empathy means stepping into someone else's shoes, even if only for a moment. You may not agree with their opinion, but when you listen with respect, you create a bridge. Listening with empathy can dissolve years of misunderstanding in a single conversation. Ask one question, be curious, replace judgment with curiosity, because sometimes being hard is all a person needs to soften their heart toward you. Education as a path of tolerance. Ignorance is a soil where intolerance grows. Knowledge is a water that washes it away. When we learn about other cultures, religions, and histories, the unknown becomes less frightening. Education shows us the richness of diversity, the art, the wisdom, the creativity born from different perspectives. Teach children early, celebrate holidays from various traditions, read stories from around the world, learn new languages. Exposure creates familiarity. Familiarity creates comfort. Comfort creates respect. Education is a seed of tolerance, and when it's planted early, it grows deep roots. Practicing tolerance in daily life. Tolerance is not just needed on global stages. It begins with the small interactions of daily life. How do we treat the stranger at the store, the colleague with different beliefs, the neighbor who lives another lifestyle? These daily choices reveal whether tolerance is only an idea or a practice. To cultivate tolerance, start small, hold back quick judgments, ask instead of assume, greet instead of ignore. Simple actions, a smile, a kind word, a willingness to listen, can create ripples of understanding. Change the world by practicing tolerance in your corner. Standing up against intolerance. Tolerance does not mean being passive. It means protecting respect and dignity. When you see prejudice, bullying, or hate, silence is agreement. Yeah, speaking up is not easy, but it's necessary. You don't need anger to fight hate. You need courage and consistency. Even small acts, defending someone's right to be heard, refusing to laugh at a harmful joke, challenging stereotypes. That's what matters. Tolerance is not just personal, it is social. It grows when brave voices protect it. Building unity through diversity. Imagine an orchestra where every instrument played the same note. It would be dull, lifeless. But when different instruments join together, harmony is created. The same is true for humanity. Diversity brings innovation, creativity, resilience. When people with different ideas collaborate, they find solutions one perspective could never discover. Diversity is not weakness, it is strength. Tolerance is a conductor, guiding differences into harmony instead of chaos. Tolerance as a lifelong journey. Tolerance is not something you achieve, wax and keep forever. It's a lifelong practice. The world changes. People change. New challenges arise. But with each challenge, you have a choice to close off or to stay open. Cultivating tolerance is like tending a garden. You must water it daily, remove weeds of prejudice, and let the flowers of understanding grow. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. And soon, tolerance is not an effort. It is who you are. Remember, fuel your passion, unlock your inner drive. In a diverse world, tolerance is not optional. It is essential. See the humanity in others. Challenge stereotypes. Listen with empathy. Stand for respect. Build bridges, not walls. Because when we cultivate tolerance and understanding, we do not just create peace. We create a future where everyone belongs. What is one act of tolerance you can practice today? Share it in the comments. Your idea may inspire someone else to choose understanding over judgment.